Oh my god, I just realized that that I was muted this whole time. That is unfortunate. Oh. Well, okay. Turbo introduction while we figure things out and we get things up. 10 point, new season. It's awesome. We have 14 players today, so the new season is starting with a bang, as it usually does. But this is our new record. We have never had 14 before. Joining me today, Luca0483. Say hi, Luca, again, for the people that weren't there.
Have we been muted? Both
yeah,
of
we've been
us?
muted so far. I am really sorry for that.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, hello everybody. I'm here as well. Almost half
we'll
past
skip
midnight.
the usual introduction. For the important thing is exclamation point Discord gets you to the Discord. And we already have our players ready to go, so we're probably going to the game soon. I do not have loading screen yet.
Neither do I.
Loading.
Seconds.
Can you please share your screen? And he left a call. That's unfortunate.
Has he? Not on my end.
No, he's back. Okay.
Well, this is, really the downfalls of this kind of.
Yeah, sometimes we have some technical issues. We'll be. I'm trying to get we're trying to get our feature match set up while we wait. One of our players is set up, the other one isn't, which is a bit unfortunate.
I should perhaps have. Oh, what? Red Mage? Is that not the other way around?
It is. I am sorry. Well, I'm seeing something. I am confused.
I think that's the problem, but I'm not sure.
This is unfortunate.
Really, but
I don't want to hold up the entire tournament forever.
Should we go ahead with
maybe we can just start and we'll not have loadings.
one hand camera?
Yeah, and if loading fixes the issue as time goes on. Like, this is a screen I've never seen before. I don't know what's up with that. But oh well. Yeah, so you guys just get started and
But yeah.
This is as you can see, we're starting the new season with a bang.
So the whole reason that I wanted to do this, which I maybe should have thought of before, is like loading is completely new to
we never we don't have a ton. We haven't had a ton of issues. I mean, We have had issues, but this is the first time I encountered this specific issue. Let me put it that way.
But the what I wanted out of this feature match was very much the classic versus the new spin, kinda, because
I think our players are still in the room, so maybe wait.
Okay, if your game is up, and it very much looks like it.
Are they please wait and Gatewalker?
What?
I don't see their names in the tournament practice room.
Oh fuck.
Are they? I mean, there might be names that I don't recognize, right?
Gatewalker is the correct one. Yes.
Okay, so it's them. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Gatewalker just. I think they need to restart the match because loading just conceded or something.
All right.
But retry, and then everything is fine.
Everything is fine except for the part that isn't fine.
Well, but we are almost ready to begin.
I feel like most of the tournament is me saying sorry about how things are not working, but I swear that at some point we'll get our tech set up in such a way that
we have visual from TasteTheBeams.
Yes, I have a game. All right. So who is please wait and who is Gatewalker? Let's start with. Luca?
I am please wait. What?
So I have the MTGO username are Gatewalker and please_wait.
Yep.
Who's who?
So there's room for you down in the tempo lobby.
No, Discord. I understand, but I don't know whose MTGO name is who.
Loading is please wait, and
okay, that's the
is Gatewalker.
Oh, that makes sense. I see now.
So yeah, we are good to go. Loading. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for at least trying. So okay, okay, loading. You can leave the room. Thank you. And then please tell me who's playing whom. But like who's playing what? Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So please wait is on. I didn't get the list. I don't know if they posted it, but what they submitted as the name interested me.
I think it's just that they hate Orzhov. I don't know, but they're just on straight up mono red, right?
Oh damn. Okay, sorry. It was called Rocks in a Box.
Yeah, I know. It's just a weird name. But what is Taste on?
Taste is on Taste Stack, the classic mono black Aggro. So this
he's on Sui? Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's quite Sui. It's but yeah, it's a variant on Sui. It's mono black Aggro. Like in the very last couple of years, we have seen a number of 1-drops with evasion in black, as opposed to the classical flying man being in blue, and some sort of upside usually. And so
yeah, they have a bunch of 2/1s for 1 with some downside.
Yeah, a whole bunch of aggressive power to cost ratios or some kind of evasion and upside, which really has enabled this non-suicide aggressive black deck to take form. There is still some remnants of the Sui in there, but it's very much become like part of its history more so than its current mode of operation, I think. And like what we're seeing play out is very much in line with what we're expecting of this matchup. Now
Yeah,
that
I mean,
know.
I feel that red has the edge in this matchup, right? Because I mean, I guess it depends. Black can gain some life, but like normally red has the edge against Sui.
Yeah.
But this isn't Sui, as you mentioned, so.
But it looks very back and forth, and really.
There definitely are a lot of cards I have never seen before.
Yeah.
Like what's that? What's
Which one is it?
any one of them?
That for Immolator Shaman is,
Yeah.
I think, one of the ones you're confused about. Which, as far as I recall, pings on activated abilities, a bit like.
And I think it can pump itself. Yeah, it looks like it can pump itself.
Rob of the Rich is of course quite new.
Oh, Sulfuric Vortex. That is a card.
So does loading have the lightning bolt here to finish Gatewalker off? But because if not, then TasteTheBeams Gatewalker just wins, right? Am I?
Well, we'll
single
see.
removal
We
spell
don't
can't
know.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beams got away with it barely, squeaking by, but loading was one bolt short.
Yeah.
All right, that's a spicy hand. We see a Dread Malkin and Blood Scrivener. I remember when that card came out in Standard, and everybody was like, "This card is amazing. It's a new Bob," and then nobody ever played it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's finally getting resolved.
It's really fit into a theme over the last couple of years where these aggressive decks have gotten good versions of the Hellbent and Heckbent mechanics.
Yeah. I mean, Hellbent has always been an aggressive mechanic, but
yeah, but it's not been a good aggressive mechanic.
No, it's not.
Like,
I mean, it's just that like the only Hellbent cards were printed like 12 years ago or whatever, in an age when the power level of Magic just wasn't what it is now. And now we have revisited the theme, and suddenly when it turns out that when you actually are looking at the theme from from a newer adapted to the power level that is now, suddenly you have reasonable cards.
Yeah. Would you say that was it? We're just looking at game 2 now here coming up, and loading. I think had quite an aggressive turn 2 where he skipped a turn to just play Titan's Strength. And I was about to ask you whether you thought that was a good decision or he should save it to kill one of the bigger black creatures like Spawn of Mayhem, until I saw that he missed his land drop, so he probably used it mostly to get the scry effect. And now he has, of course, hit his second land. So,
by the way, if you want to see what going deep means, I present you Wasp of the Bitter Hand. A card that comes straight from a Planeswalker deck and triggers when you cast a Bolas Planeswalker spell, of which there are obviously 0 in Beam's deck. 2/1 flying for 2.
The Wasp in play, yeah?
Yeah. 2/1 for 2 flying, and whenever you cast a Bolas Planeswalker spell, you may sacrifice it to destroy target creature.
Well,
there are no ways to trigger the second ability in Beam system.
Yeah, but like a 2-mana, 2-power flying.
Oh yeah, you'll play a Stormfront Pegasus, no doubt. It's just funny.
Yeah. In fact, but I can see what you mean in going deep, because if you were in pretty much any other color combination than just mono,
like
black,
it feels like
perhaps
most colors that have access to flying, right, which is white, blue, and black, just have 2/1s for 2 that with some upside.
Yeah. And if you add green into there, like,
well, green doesn't get.
You can get 2/2s with flying and upside for 2.
What? Oh yeah, in blue green. Okay. Yeah. If you are a blue green card, then yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, in mono green doesn't get flyers.
No. If you add
except
green to
Golden Goose for reasons,
either white green or blue green.
Yeah, blue green has a number of. Blue green was the first color pair to get just a straight up flyer for 2/2 flyer for 2 in what was his name? Gaia Skyfolk, and now they have a bunch. Including multiple of them with upside. Skewer the Critics takes out.
I love that card.
The Wasp of the Bitter Hand. Now that they can't regenerate with Molten Snakeskin. Jeez, Molten Snakeskin? I remember that card, but only because I played a ton of Limited in that format. It was not even good there.
But, you know, as you said, going deep. But
speaking of cards that don't ask you to go deep, Spawn of Mayhem. That is a card.
That is like the poster boy of why to go mono black aggro. It is.
It's just
so powerful.
Beams also has some reach in hand in the form of Right of Consumption, which means that if the Spawn of Mayhem gets to attack, this turn is just over. This game is just over, because then Right of Consumption and Signing Blood and Signing Blood will finish.
I'm just really anxious here. Loading has 3 open mana and 2 cards. That usually...
Yeah, okay, Skullcraft.
Yeah, that's 3 damage. Yeah. And so we see here...
Yeah, it turns out...
Beams dying to their own trigger, basically.
It turns out that being at 3 life... 3 is not a great life to have against Mono Red. You tend to die a lot when that's... Oh, yeah, I mean... Bailite, where I will agree with you that the Wasp is a reasonable card. I had never seen that card before. Oh, I need to... Wow, I had not noticed this. The T in the 10th point logo in the top left is kind of... Oh, we have a Mox start.
Ooh.
Mox even pumps Monastery's Whisper. Prowess trigger off of a Mox, the Rich Cat Reacher.
Haste Collector? Sign me up. But at the other end, we have this... What could have been a Cabal Ritual into something really big and spicy, but...
Spinal
because
Grafter.
He doesn't have... Yeah, that's much more... immediate damage.
Yeah, although, you know... Red tends to have ways of targeting creatures.
Yeah, but as soon as you see that Cabal ritual, you kind of wish you had something bigger to spend it on, because really here you don't want to be casting Gavek's Bite.
No, you'll probably go something like I mean, if you don't draw land, you can Cabal Ritual for Wasp plus Hope of Kirapur, but he didn't. So I mean, he can just hold on to the Cabal Ritual for later.
But yeah,
I am not sure how much I like Sulfuric Vortex in a world where your opponent has a 4/4 flyer, but you know.
Yeah.
Like.
That seems like a race you lose. I agree with you here.
I mean, granted, we know of the Kerbeck Spike in hand, right? So that is information that Loading doesn't have. But
of course, but even then, 4 life to deploy that sulfuric voltage and another 2 to keep it around.
It's also that you just take the turn off, right? Like, you are not deploying anything to the board. In like, granted, you can't deploy blockers anyway, but.
And yeah, here
is Loading dead next turn?
It seems that way.
So,
unless he has
easily.
a shock. Unless Loading has a shock to deal with the grafted eye collector, then this is game.
Yeah, if I mean shock or bolt, some way of it's game anyway, right? Because you Kerbeck's Bite and then you die to the he dies to the Sulfuric Vortex trigger.
Yeah. Okay, so even if
there was a Faltong Shriek in the mix anyway, but
this is just not enough, but only because of the exact combination of
cards in
TasteTheBeams
hand. Yeah.
There's a lot of worlds where this would have gone to
where you block with the thing and it works out for you, but this ain't it. As it turns out, he'll go to 4, which is 2 less that you need to survive a Kerbeck's Bite. And there is some elegance in killing your opponent with 0 permanents in play and no hand.
Yeah. Something like insanely hateful.
It's like, look.
The opposite of a perfect victory.
Yeah. It's like, you really had to scrap to get there, but you got there. Oh, Loman's around. Hi, Loman.
Is Loman?
What is Highlander if not for learning about bad magic clan? Okay, that's fair. Alright, let's see if we have somebody still wait. Ooh, Blast Shark and Aiamethist are still going. Let's see how that's going. We're gonna do without hand cam.
Of course.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Yeah, Loman, first bite. Oh. First bite kill of maybe many to come. So what are people playing here? What decks are we looking at?
I am still loading the match. I'm sorry.
Fair. No, that's fine. It looks like some sort of like Horse of Control from Aiamethist's side.
I can check that while I'm loading. Actually, who was it?
I believe it's vampires.
It's Aiamethist versus Blast Shark.
Aiamethist is on vampires.
Vampires.
Yep.
Without red even. That's interesting.
Blast Shark is on Werebear Walkpot.
which I'm assuming is just walk pod.
Yes.
Okay, that's.
I am verbatim saying the deck's name.
That's fair.
Werebear Walkpod upgraded.
Don't you just play Werebear in walk pod anyway?
Most I know don't. But
I figured that the
Blackjack
deck
is
plays
a classy
anything
gentleman.
that taps for a mana that is in any way reasonable, isn't it?
Anyway, I have seen it without, but Werebear Walkpod it is, and it's your classic Walkpod.
There certainly seem to be 2 true name Nemesis on Blast Shark side.
What?
Blast Shark has 2 separate true name Nemesis. I'm assuming that one of them is a copy somehow. There is a large number of true name Nemesis. It's usually one more than you need to actually win the game.
One of them is Phyrexian Metamorph.
Phyrexian Metamorph, yeah. My guess would have been because it's an artifact. Okay, I see. I didn't notice that. My guess would have been Phantasmal Image, but I see that Phantasmal Image is already in the graveyard.
I can't see the game. It's in the Vintage tournament practice?
Yeah, there's only one game going.
I'll work on that on my end too.
Well, to give you a summary of what's going on, we have a fairly developed board. Blast Shark has 3 lands and 2 true name Nemesis as everything that he has, with 3 cards in hand. And Aiamethist has a bunch of gigantic monsters, but it doesn't matter, because 2 true name Nemesis are sufficient to win the game, and Blast Shark just took it. So, yeah. That's it. I think that's it for round 1, and I'm gonna bring us back to in between rounds. All right, so we had some difficulties. Hopefully round 2 goes better. But we got to watch some Magic, which is always exciting. We had some aggro matchups. We had some vampires on screen, which is always nice. I would like to. So, can we have a quick reminder of all the results?
Yeah.
Right. So, Para versus Nick.
Para versus Nick. Where's that? I can't actually. Nick here. That's 2-0 to Nick.
Boot versus Bailite.
Boot. Loading is calling Judge?
Loading is calling Judge.
What?
As a joke.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good. Thank you. As a judge, IRL, I have to take that seriously.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same. Every time I hear it, it's like, wait, what?
Bailite won 2-0 versus Boot.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Bailite won 2-0 over Boot.
All right. Loading versus Beams. We watched that. It was Beams 2-1, I believe.
It was Beams, but wasn't it 2-0?
No, Loading got game 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Season 4 champion Arakasi versus Blahguy.
I lost 2-1.
Okay, so Blahguy 2-1.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Shark versus Aiamethist. We just watched that. I don't know if it was Shark 1. I don't know if it was 2-1 or 2-0.
It was 2-1.
Alright. And then Reiyu versus Urdothor.
I lost 2-0.
Reiyu, is that you?
Yep.
So Urdothor 2-0. And finally, Pipes versus Carsonogenics.
I lost in 2.
That's Carson, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Not a good showing for our previous top group.
I mean, you win some, you lose some. Alright, so round 2 is going up. There you go. So we have some stuff going on. We have Pipes versus Urdothor, we have Nick versus Bailite, we have Shark versus Beams, and those are the top matches. And then we have a pair down, and then we have the bottom thing. What are we gonna watch?
I was quietly eyeing that we watch Urdothor.
Oh, Pipes versus Urdothor? Yeah, I'm down. Alright, so everybody else leave this room.
Where is Urdothor? Not in the corner, apparently.
Yeah, I think Urdothor has disappeared into nothingness. I'll call him on Hangouts and see. See how that goes. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Hangouts call set up. Fill the air. Please say something. I'm gonna go in the tank to fix things up.
Sure. So, since Urdothor isn't here, I suppose I could, without too much difficulty, talk about the deck that SecretPipesman is bringing to this match. Let's just reload this page. So, full color Xerox is what I've got here, and it looks to my untrained eye to be very much a Czech pile in a classical mid-rangey-ish plan where there's just a lot of haymakers, like the best planeswalkers that you can get for money, and all the good 1-mana spells.
I think you can get all planeswalkers for money, honestly. So just the best planeswalkers, I think, is what you're talking about.
You know what I mean. Like,
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
This is not
Players have already set up, already shared the screen, so we're this time we don't have as much air to feel. It turns out. I'm waiting for them to create a game so I can move us there. But outside of that. I hear. Oh, hi, Gosmith. The Season 3 champion, Gosmith, is in chat. For this week, our time got moved at 6 p.m. Because we had to, basically our poll said that 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern time were tied. So we ran at 6 because it looked a little better, and we're running a poll to influence whether we're going to stay at 6 or move to 1. And you can join the Discord to find it, basically.
What is Gosmith doing up this late? It's after
he
1
also claims that he shouldn't be up this late, but people have their own. I am usually up at 1 a.m.
Don't tell anybody that me and Gosmith has the same country, so I shouldn't be up either.
I wasn't going to.
Are we at all getting the other side of things? I'm only invited to one side of this game.
No, I mean I didn't invite you to both. Okay, never mind.
I am seeing clever, which
No,
is
yeah, we got it.
Lordansky?
Yeah, Lordansky is the other one.
Yes. And so I assume that Urdothor is...
Clever name goes here is Urdothor.
Yeah, that's the screen I have right now.
Yeah, I invited to the other one. You should.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And yeah, turn off that, see that. Good. This.
All right, let's. Okay, yeah. We have the game going. I'm fixing up the hand cam. It should take a second, but we're mostly done.
So we have a quick, but not too quick start from our Aggro deck, which is
So
Rakdos
who's playing what?
Aggro.
Sorry, I think I missed that part.
Lord Ansi, or as we that's
SecretPipesman.
Pipes is playing Czech, a Czech pile. So it's 4 color, no white, mid range. But it's a very punishing all or nothing kind of mid range, and so you see, the best planeswalkers, all the good 1-mana blue spells, and lightning.
You were mentioning their Xerox in pretty hard, right?
Yeah. And so that's going up against this Rakdos Aggro deck, which is not something you see very often. It's either, as far as I have experienced with this format, it's either mono red or mono black.
I will have you know that I see Rakdos Aggro all the time because there's one player in my playgroup. There's one player in my playgroup that plays it, but
I don't have your local IRL meta or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I do agree with you that it's not exactly a meta deck.
And so I wanted to see what in this online meta what the Rakdos Aggro would bring that we didn't see in the previous matchup, where it was literally mono red versus mono
it was
black.
It was like you take the 2 decks from their previous feature and you smoosh them together, and that's what you get this one.
And it's the red would never, as far as I could see it, get this kind of permanent board presence turn 2.
How aristocratic is this deck? Because you got Judith and stuff, right?
Yeah, it seems to be incidentally
like a little bit aristocratic, but not like a whole lot of aristocration. Which is a name now. Now.
What that's maybe their most aristocratic, because they don't have, as far as I can see, a dedicated Czech outlet kind of.
I love it. Pipes has to play the fair Manamorphos to fix his mana, because Oh, hello there, Tassiger the Golden Fang. That's gonna block for a while. That is what we describe in the business as a large lad. Have you seen the size of that lad?
It's a very huge lad.
He's a large lad.
He's a white boy, as they say.
There he is.
But still, you can't in Urdothor's position not swing out because you still got
Yeah, I mean,
Pipes on a 2-turn clock here.
yeah, I mean, Pipes has to do something here, and he has the means. He has a Drown in the Lock. He has an Assassin Trophy. Liliana is also awesome here because he just gets to come down and kill the and get rid of the what's his name out, right? Yeah, okay. We
Falconwrath to Gorgia.
yeah, Falcon not Gorgia, yeah. I think that Pipes has managed to stabilize the board. Granted,
that way.
oh, never mind. This land, no, yeah, but it looks like Pipes has stabilized the board. There is a question of whether, he's playing red. He has some reach.
Yeah.
And
this Skull Clamp is going to get him there. The idea.
Or just draw 2 lands. That's also a thing. But also, Pipes has pressure. Like Pipes has at this point something like he has 5 power on board already. He has the next couple of threats covered. Brandon 6 and Liliana can team up to hit this Bloodstained champion in Czech for as much as possible. I'm surprised to see Careful Study in Pipes list.
He like things like Tarmogoyf and Renin 6, they all benefit immensely from having stuff in the yard. But
you benefit immensely from having stuff in your hand. Careful Study is kind of disadvantage. It's just
But so is Faithless Looting, and that was played, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Careful Study has no room. I'm saying that, but it becomes a little iffy when you're playing a mostly fair deck like this, right? Faithless Looting, first things first, it's less of a hard advantage because when you flash it back, it's not
neutral.
Yeah, but and I think that Modern is in a bit of a weird spot where there are just so many ways to abuse the graveyard. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess my point is you're not wrong necessarily, but it's
Now, even though Pipes is considerably ahead and looks to win...
Is Anathema's gonna be lethal? I forgot that we have a card viewer again. Oh my god, let me put cards
Terramander is too much to activate. He is 1 mana short. That would have been lethal.
I mean, Anathemancer.
And so if we,
if Blahguy gets a turn, he's gonna get to cast his Anathemancer, and that's gonna kill. Oh no, because of Drown in the Lock. Drown in the Lock gets to counter it. Okay.
And that's the
so
important
Pipes
bit.
probably
if he
gonna take it, I guess.
The counter, he would be dead.
Because I believe Anathemancer is 78 billion mana to flash to 1 Earth. So.
Terramander?
Anathemancer.
What?
The Anathemancer that just got cast.
Ah, yes.
That's 7 mana to 1 Earth.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I was getting confused.
Yeah.
Yes, but the real win condition here was if Pipes got greedy and cast his Dreadwalker, then Urdothor could have cast the Flying Haste and swung for lethal.
Yeah. If you attack with the Terramander or something.
Oh yeah. But outside of that,
yeah, very heads up play from Pipes. He played it. He played just cautiously enough.
Yeah.
Blahguy, though, is on the play with a mock start this game, so that's pretty exciting.
So what we're gonna see, I don't have the op.
Dread Wanderer Gather Bonds are gonna be probably the turn 1 plays from him, thanks to Graven Currents that filters the Mox Ruby mana into black.
Yeah.
Gather Bonds is gonna get Mental Misstepped.
One of the worst thing to mental misstep because it's
it's not great.
But
you do what you have to, but it's not great.
Yeah. Still,
you know, you're a mid-range deck, so like you're probably gonna put enough power on the board to outclass this thing if you just like Gather Bonds does cost a decent bit of mana to flash back.
Yeah. And unfortunately, mana is pretty much all that he has, aside from the Titan Strength.
Yeah, it's really flatting. That does end up kind of lining up well for against like Pipe's hand, because for example, all of this mana means that these days is gonna have trouble finding finding a target.
Dig onto. And I can hear that we already have a couple of matches finished.
Oh, nice. What do we got?
We have Arakasi winning 2-0 over Para.
Poor Para.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the combo.
What's Arakasi playing?
I'm playing Citadel Storm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I proved my deck last season, so.
Yeah. You have nothing left to prove with Spectre Tempo, so.
Yeah.
We have.
Speaking of which, though, is this which tempo deck is Ansky
on? Pipes is on a mid range deck, as far as I can tell. He's on four color mid range. And Blahguy is on Rakdos Aggro.
Yeah,
so can somebody here explain what Xerox means as a deck name?
Alright, so Xerox is a deck name that originated from in the late 90s. I believe it was Alan Comer, I want to say, was the innovation of this technique. Essentially, they're decks that are created around the idea that you can put a bunch of cantrips in your deck, and that lets you skimp on lands because you can use your cantrips early to find the lands that you need, even though you are playing a lower number than usual. So because you're casting, brainstorms and dots and ponders, that allows you to play a few less lands that you usually would, which means you're less likely to flood in the later game. In the late 90s, essentially, this innovation was introduced by a player, which I think was Alan Comer, but I might be wrong. And the reason it's called Xerox is that essentially he just cut like 4 lands from his deck and put 4 brainstorms and 4 portents in, and the week at the tournament at the next GP the week after, everybody was doing it.
So we have another result in, which is that Loading beats Carson 2-1.
Not a great showing for the mod team of the Canadian Highlander, at least. Both Para and Carson are 0-2. What's going on in this game, by the way?
Carson's not a mod.
Like, is this still game 2?
I think so.
Yeah, no, it is. Suddenly, though, Blahguy's hand looks a lot better, and Pipe's hand doesn't.
It looks like... How did the Hexstringer even die? I missed it.
He blocked, I think?
That seems like a sketchy plan.
I mean...
Um,
I can
But-
look if there's something in exile.
yeah, okay. But
Oh no, it got
seems...
firebolted.
Oh, okay. So it seems slightly that...
Yeah, okay. We're missing an important piece of information based on this, which is that Pipes does have a suspended ancestral vision, which is going to refill his hand in a couple of turns.
Yes.
So,
And what I was about to say is that it seems like Orthodox is about to run out of resources.
Oh no.
oh, that's a
Definitely
misclick, I think.
Yeah.
Blahguy just accidentally cast Titan Strength on the Hoodrin Mandrills.
Ooh.
That's not great.
No.
Oh, Carson, you're not the mod anymore? I didn't know that. I mean, I guess it just makes sense, right? I guess it makes sense because, like, I've always seen you more active on, like, Twitch chat, on the Wheeler Twitch chat rather than the Discord per se, but it's it's funny that I didn't know you weren't a mod anymore. That's fair.
So Pipes shouldn't have this hooting mandrels effective.
No, this Hoodrin Mandrill should not be on the battlefield.
But that would only be 2 less life. And apart from the recursion creatures, Orthodox just doesn't have anything, and Pipes just refilled the hand.
Yeah, no, this ancestral vision is kind of an egg in the coffin here.
Yeah.
It's now there's like a bunch of removal. Pipes is kind of strapped for time in a way because he doesn't have much intent. Like he only has 4 lands. It feels like though, like the fact that Blahguy ended up drawing 6 of them is the big problem here because I can't imagine that his deck wants to draw 6 lands.
If you are Pipes here, you don't cast this Careful Study, even if you somehow get the double blue to also keep up the counterspell, right?
No, I guess that's why I don't like Careful Study. Like it's just you don't want to strip a land for a card from your hand. Like what are you gonna do? Your hand's awesome. You don't want to loot in this scenario. Just hold on to it until you find a land or something to discard. But then you also don't hate having more lands, so.
I think this deck utilizes its graveyard a fair bit, so
Yeah.
that's presumably why.
That's fair. Anathemancer again shows up. Hi, Anathemancer. And it's gonna get drowned in the lock again.
Shouldn't it have been drowned on the lock on the stack?
That would probably have been better, yes.
So... Oh no, actually, Pipes wants those last points of life shaved off so that his Death Shadow.
Oh, Death Shadow gets bigger.
And
that's hilarious.
Just game.
Yeah, that turns out that Shadow is a perfectly reasonable magic card.
And
alrighty,
so
let's
we have the last couple of
misclick of the century.
We have a couple of results.
Alright, let me put another match on. Let's watch Boot and Reiyu, shall we?
Yeah. Seems like a good thing.
Boot's on, I believe, Boot's certainly going off. I believe he's on Vault, Paradox Vault.
Hmm. 'Cause... 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 'Cause
And I don't know what Reiyu is on. Oh, he's on medium Golgari.
So it seems that here we had not enough pressure, really, is the problem.
Medium Golgari we saw last season on the finals actually, and it almost took the whole thing.
Yeah, it was. But this doesn't seem the matchup for it, to be perfectly honest. It feels like
it's not.
You're
worst.
just gonna get
Golgari,
comboed off a little bit too easily.
Golgari has a bunch of tools to deal with artifacts, obviously.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, it's tricky unless you get a quick start with a big threat, and it doesn't look like that was the case yet.
Yeah.
The problem is that Golgari has a bunch of ways to deal with like one artifact, but it doesn't have a ton of ways to deal with artifacts as a whole, right? You don't get like stuff like Tig or Thalia that's gonna like throw a spanner in the works of like the whole game plan.
Yeah, but when you have a clock, like just taking out that one key artifact can like be the difference.
For sure.
I assume this Grim Tutor just ends it, but we'll see.
All right, now that we figured out exactly what's going on here. Walk me through the results that we got.
You want me the results?
What are the results have we gotten from the back tables?
So I have Nick 1-2-1.
All right, Nick versus Bailite 2-1. All right.
TasteTheBeams 1-2-1.
Beams 2-1. All right, against Blast Shark.
Yeah, it was loading wins 2-1 over Castle.
Yeah, I already had that one.
Yeah. You have Arakasi. Arakasi is 2-0.
Yeah, I have Arakasi, and we had Pipes 1-2-1, I think. 2-0, sorry. Is that correct? In the Fisher match. I think it was Pipes, right?
Can't.
Who needs to Grim Tutor for Tolarian Academy when you can just activate Urza and get it? Although, if they don't have their land drop, they can't play it, correct?
Yeah.
Is Pipes here?
Yeah, they played flats, so they can't play the Tolarian Academy, and now it's just exiled permanently.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But I mean, it probably doesn't matter, right? Like, I am assuming that Boot gets cobbles together a win in some way, shape, or form from this position.
Say what you like about GT, it has trouble getting past the 14-14.
It's, yeah. That's, oh, never mind. Boot's forced to pass the turn. That's unexpected.
Yeah, I think they just ran out of relevant mana and cards on top. But yeah, the Para's saying in chat, this is why you don't play the land. That's correct. If they got the Academy, that would just mean so many more Urza activations. And they have the top Forge online as well, which is a pretty dang good combo. This is an interesting attack.
Yeah, I know that Boot does not play a whole lot of Highlander, so like it's possible that maybe there was a line that he wasn't able to cobble together to see that maybe would have ended up.
Yeah, Para points out that this line is likely to get the points on GT to kill the Urza.
To kill Urza, yeah.
And they are on 3. I mean, it is possible there's no way to combo off here. Although with Top and Forge, it's not super likely they whiff.
Yeah, they have Top and Forge. They can't activate the Forge to exile the card, but they can use, the main ability of exiling. They will need to untap the Mana Vault now.
And
they probably should have done the Jutei before they untapped. Now Urza activations are free.
Yeah. Now they have
I'm not sure that's what you're doing anyway with Top and Forge online.
Alright, they successfully did not die to their own Mana Vault.
Winter Sphere, doesn't that seal it? That's just a free fetch for an artifact.
Yeah, if they just get like Aetherflux Reservoir, they get to gain all the life. They're out of range. They get to top and Mystic Forge for the rest of the turn.
Yeah.
Get all the life. Although they're activating top, so maybe they don't see the line. Combo decks are hard. There's a lot of lines.
Indeed.
It's hard to see them sometimes.
I mean, again, I assume that there is, there's probably a number of ways to go about this, right?
Thanks to our resident expert on Paradox Academy, Para, for feeding me lines.
Okay, so they're topping the top. And for those that aren't aware, essentially, having top plus Mystic Forge means that essentially you have the ability to pay 1 mana to draw a card. Boot has a lot of mana.
Yeah, so if they just got Reservoir here, they gain like an insane amount of life, which puts them out of range. Even if it doesn't necessarily get to over 50, I'm not sure what the math is on that.
Yeah, but they probably will be able to. They probably would be able to get over 50 next turn, right?
Yeah,
they might even get over 50 this turn. How many spells do you have to get over 50? It's like 8.
8 factorials, yeah.
No, 8 is from 20, I believe.
Oh.
8 spells gains you 32 life?
We're seeing Saheeli and the activation of Inventor's Fair by the looks of it, so maybe we're seeing some sort of other combo.
At 1, it's actually a full 10.
He also only had... Okay, so he can also just make like a billion 1/1s.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you're still on 1 life against a Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah,
I don't think Deathrite Shaman...
I think that's also infinite with the casting, because you can cast top and use the servos off of Saheeli to generate a mana with Urza. So they do have infinite draw and mana now. Well, they have infinite draws and 1/1 tokens. So
yeah.
Wait, but Mahina servo costs 1 mana, right?
Yes, but a servo can tap for 1 mana off Urza.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
So they can just make infinite tap servos. And make infinite storm. But that doesn't accomplish
large construct.
Oh, the construct becomes gigantic, right? They can just get an infinite size construct.
Or they can now use Saheeli to turn anything into another construct. They have about 4 ways to win here.
That was my assumption that, like, given this board, like, there were multiple ways to go about it that won you the game, but...
What?
They're gonna cast infinite ancestral statues, I guess?
They don't have an out for that, like infinite ancestral statues. Like, I don't know what their line is, but like really they just need to activate the Saheeli, copy the construct, and swing in with 2 18/18 constructs.
Or 1.
Yes. Urdothor has the line there. Like, I think they're getting tracked by, like, they're getting tripped up by all the opportunities, which is what happens if you're not familiar with the deck, if you don't play with it a lot.
Yeah, I think
the most efficient lines to win. Like, they could have won about 3 or 4 different ways from the lines you guys laid out to get there, but it happens.
I think that he's just tripped up that because this is a Paradox Vault deck, his win condition is time.
Yeah, exactly. You think, how do I get to the vault or whatever? Your tunnel vision. You're at 1 life, so it makes you, and your clock is red now. So like, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you stop thinking about other lines and start thinking, how do I get to this one thing that I already thought of? But like, I don't know.
I hope that this is the last game, because otherwise I don't know how this is gonna work out.
And I mean, maybe if they watch the playback, then they'll see some of the lines, right? And you go, oh, of course, I could have done it then. But that's what happens, right? That's how you learn.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like right now, Saheeli activation on Mox Opal, Mystic Forge, and Chrome Mox are all lethal.
If they go for the attack here and forget about the GT, can they still win?
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, they would have to rebuild, start taking, like, for example, the...
It's too, I don't know. I don't know if they have the blockers. I don't know what Dark has. They do have this Sirach, which can give something haste if they have something big enough that they cast. Like, there's a lot of ways they can lose. If they have something with enough trample.
Okay, but I think they're just going to make a big enough construct. I think that's their plan. I think they just haven't figured out that they can't tap the servos for mana. And so
they
can't anymore because the ancestral statue there, Urza.
Oh.
Yeah. Urza's gone.
But they can still Saheeli the
yeah, they can Saheeli to make a difference.
The Mystic Forge.
Yep, here we go. Now they're Saheeliing the Chrome Mox to construct, and that's the game.
Oh no, because... So
no, the Mox they played last turn.
Killed the servo. Alright, we got there.
Okay, we got there.
Got
there. That got dicey a little bit there, but we figured it out.
So
Bailite thankfully dutifully posts the thing. So from 1 life you need 10 spells to.
Yeah. If you're on 1 life.
Yeah, you need 10 spells.
10 spells to win with.
Reiyu posted. What's the? Okay.
What is up is the fact that people were discussing the currently viewed match in the Discord chat, which the actual contestants would also be able to view. That's what's going on behind the scenes. TRM, if you're speaking, you are muted.
No, I'm not speaking. I'm sorry. I was just reading. I was just reading up on. I was just following the thing.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, if you notice you're getting information you shouldn't be getting, you should probably just minimize the Discord.
Yeah, that's.
But it's still best not to.
Yeah, it would be better not to offer that information for sure. There is some amount of honor system going on here, which we rely on, but
ultimately, like, you could open the stream too if you really wanted to cheat that way.
It's I mean, there are ample opportunities to cheat that we are trusting our player not to do. But if it would also be preferable if people just didn't post a bunch of stuff about a bunch of information in the chat that didn't need to be there. That said, yes, it would definitely also be better if people that are still in active matches didn't necessarily follow the just.
Just remember there is the stream chat you can use that is much less likely to be viewed by the contestants.
Yeah. But we definitely we were looking at the end and we were like trying to figure out like a bunch of lines that you had to win the game, and you're not in this chat, so I don't know why I'm talking to you. Oh, there you are. Hi, Dave. I was saying there is like we were following your game, and we were like, there were like a few different lines that you could have taken, and we were trying to figure out which one you were gonna go for. And in the end, just making a gigantic construct was good enough, and that's what you went for. So
I'm a simple guy.
Well, and the thing is I also had the plan that if he just went with a single construct, I could have just chain gunned all of his servos to survive at one.
Yeah, or just shrink the construct, right? That's
well, killing the servos means I can swing in because I had Ronus the Indomitable in my hand to give.
Yeah, as long as he has the Urza out, he can make the construct infinitely big.
Yeah, I missed. I misclicked on the Urza.
That was a misclick. We were wondering what was going on.
I meant to click on him to add mana, but I forgot that the ability was on the stack. So.
All right, so we have Boot 2-1 versus Reiyu, and Blahguy got it 2-1 versus Aiamethist, I believe.
Yeah, Blahguy wins 2-1. Yes.
Alrighty, so we have 2 top matches. Nick versus Blahguy and Pipes versus Beams. And then the rest of the round is getting posted right now. So which one do you want? Which one do you want to follow for our feature?
So many good choices, and by many,
it's not so many. 2. It's 2. Yeah.
I think we should go with Nick and Blahguy.
All right. Just because we haven't watched either of them so far. No, we have watched Blahguy, I think. Not for a feature.
We have
jumped into a game.
Both of them. Yes.
But we have watched Pipes and Beams. We have watched both Pipes and Beams.
Yeah.
Whereas we haven't watched Nick. And Blahguy was only like a match to jump into, I think. Not. Yeah. Alrighty. So everybody that isn't Nick or Blahguy, leave this room. We'll something. I'll get the calls going. While I do that, please.
Nick has already left the room.
I'm getting cold on Hangouts, so that's exciting. Yeah, that's Nick. Hi, Nick.
Good.
And the other, and I already have the screen, and the other one is Blahguy. Yeah. Alright.
And you have invited me?
I have not invited you to either of them. So if our players could stop for a second to start while we finish setting things up, it should only be a minute.
Fantastic stuff.
And
I see one hand.
Yeah, one of them hasn't shared the screen yet, but we'll get there soon.
Can our 2 contestants please check their hands? Check that they are broadcasting correctly. Yeah, that's Nikki is good.
Yeah, Nikki's hand we got.
Yeah, Blahguy.
Blahguy hasn't shared his hand yet.
There we go.
That's
there you go. It.
Awesome.
We are just about ready.
Yeah. And I'll fix the graphics shortly, and also make the hand the right size. And but yeah, players can be feel free to start.
So yeah, go to the combo voice channel, please. players.
Alright, and just like that, we're off to the races. So who's playing what?
Blahguy has not yet actually changed channel, but they don't have sound either.
Alright,
So I don't know.
we can probably just say things. So Blahguy seems to be... Oh, Blahguy's on Rakdos aggro.
Yeah.
And Nikki is on what?
That would
Paradox Academy?
be... Yeah. Some version of that. 2 seconds. What's that? That was that. We have Nick on eggs.
Oh, eggs.
And
nice.
Specifically Ben's eggs.
Yeah, I mean, who else has eggs? Obviously they're if they're eggs.
Yeah. And
eggs.
just getting things up on my end. There we go. Good.
Okay.
So, if you're in his position here, Nikki, is this a good time to time twister? You don't really want to get rid of a lot of stuff in your hand.
Time twistering against the Red Queen stack is also super rough because, like, you put a billion bolts in their hand, and then you're like, this is just.
Which means that he had to crack the per million for basically nothing. That's wasted mana, and which is, you know, real bad feels for the X deck. But then again, waiting on the time twister just ensures that Blahguy has more of an empty hand and therefore gains more counts from the time twister.
The going deep prize for this match so far goes to Ashenmoor Gouger.
Oh.
Which I believe is a 3-mana 4/4 that can't block. I want to say. Yeah, it's a 3-mana 4/4 that can't block. You can see it on screen thanks to our amazing card displaying technology, which I should use more often. There's like you see, like, I think this matchup is usually in favor of the aggro player, but
yeah,
you know, like, Nick's deck might be able to just go fast enough.
Yep. That's,
as I said, a billion bolts.
Oh yeah, that the red the Rakdos 7 wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, Nick needs to just win here. If Nick doesn't win this turn, Blahguy's turn is gonna be play Goblin Guide, attacks for 6, and then I kill you with 85 bolts.
Yeah.
Don't even have to wait. Eat the first bolt right now. Granted, there is a Black Lotus on Nick's side of the field, so that's usually conducive to winning right now.
But yeah.
How big is the second Sunrise? It's probably pretty big. There's also an Etherflux reservoir that is in the mix. Like, I will be honest, my understanding on all of these, like, academy-based decks is that you have a bunch of stuff and it combines to win the game in some way, and people that are more used to, like, do that sort of stuff can figure it out.
X is different from that in that you really you're at the mercy of the top deck. You don't set up these pieces that continue to give lots of mana and this progression of board state. It's more of this ephemeral thing where there's so many of the each thing that it needs that it can just do these draw 7s over and over and over again, and it'll be basically mana neutral, basically card neutral, and at some point he's gonna get to a winning combination of cards. And so that was actually a very flickery position to be in, to have to blow the draw 7 in a position where he really did not want to.
I guess the question that I have is, what is the upside of playing Eggs versus a more traditional Paradox Academy deck, and what is the downside?
I really don't know. I'm always... it's like, I know what the difference is, but not why.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why?
Is that the reason to move from one deck, like, the reason for moving from one deck to another has to be that your matchup profile changes in some way, shape, or form, right? Like, there has to be decks that you would rather be Eggs against, and there have to be decks that you'd rather be Paradox Academy against. I'm trying to figure out, like, which is which. Maybe Eggs is faster? Maybe Eggs is faster, I think? So,
yeah,
like, you end up...
but Paradox Academy relies less on the graveyard. So the X has so many graveyard recursion loops, which make that graveyard hate. It turns it on against X in some matchups, and I don't think that's quite the case for Paradox Academy.
I see. Yeah, no, Eggs definitely you see it rely on stuff like Second Sunrise, which we put on screen earlier, and stuff like that.
Scrap Trawler, which we see in Nikki's hand.
I mean, Second Sunrise is kind of the emblematic card for deck like Eggs, right? Where you just like you crack all of these eggs and then have all them all come back. And there's a Mind Twist floating around in Blahguy's hand, which is probably going to be devastating. It's eventually, but for now, here's a 7/6.
Yes. If you were Blahguy, would you not just attack the mana base, considering that you've seen them miss a land drop?
No. I think in this matchup, there are such high value targets for Wastelands. You just want to hold on to them. You want to be able to Wasteland their academy whenever that comes down. I don't think it's correct.
For sure.
The fact that they missed the land drop definitely like changes things, but
he's going to do it.
Alright. I mean, I think this turn is a little bit more reasonable because like it doesn't stop your developing. You still get to deploy these this Rampaging Ferocidon, right? Scourge of Standard, Rampaging Ferocidon. As opposed to
choosing between one or the other.
Yeah,
I get
and they're not in register. You want to get it on the board ASAP because it represents so much pressure. That card is so big.
so that was
okay, real. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Blahguy just ran away with it. Is the other final still going? Do we have Pipes and Beams still going?
I will check. Pipes versus.
I don't think we do.
Pipes versus Beams is going on.
I don't
Lord
see it.
Ansky versus Gatewalker, right?
Oh. Okay. Sweet.
And so it appears that they.
Oh, they're starting a game now.
Yeah, they're starting a game. I don't know. I suppose this is game 2.
I would guess so. Yeah. So again, Gatewalker is Beams, right?
Gatewalker is
Okay, and they are on Mono Black Aggro.
Yes. And we have Pipes, also known as Lord Ansky. I can't.
Lord Ansky is what
Lord
it
Ansky
says.
was on this mid-range plan, yeah.
He's on the Czech pile.
Yeah.
If there is game 2, it might be worth to try to set up hand cams with them. I might just try to. I might try to do that.
And here is where we see Spinal Graft at its worst. The immediate 2-for-1.
Yeah, I mean, Pipes deck has like 1 billion removal spells. Right, so that's gotta be kind of how that card ends up working out. I'm not surprised.
We have Beams in here.
Oh. Beams. Hi. He left. Great. They left. Sorry.
Yeah.
TasteTheBeams at SecretPipesman. Would you be down to share your hands since our feature ended immediately? And we have the first result. Blast Shark wins 2-0 against Urdothor. Not the first results, but it's among the first.
I don't actually think this secondary finals is going to go on for much more longer either. It seems if we can't get the hand cams, of course we should.
Yeah.
It just, as I can see it, it's
well, this might be game 1, right?
Yeah.
Game 2, right? Like there might be a game 3. Is the point I'm trying to make. So. All right. Oh god, what's happening? No. What's up? No, please stop. Oh god.
What's going on?
I lost MTGO for a second. I will fix that momentarily.
This is quite the back and forth on the stack.
Yeah, I'm
but
just
it
sorry we
does
can't see
seem-
that on screen. Go away, Origin.
Yeah. So Gatewalker just won.
Okay, so we
by-
have we go to game 3 now.
So we have a single win to Gatewalker. They are now in either game 2 or 3.
They have to be in game 3, right? Because that has to have been.
Yeah. Unless they had technical difficulties they dealt with.
Yeah, which is possible, I suppose.
We assume this to be game 3 of the finals.
Yeah.
Well, not the finals, but this week's finals. And so we have Pipes playing a Nimble Mongoose, the classic, and Gatewalker answering that with a Signal Pest.
I'm sorry that the screen is currently completely. The stream is currently completely black. I guarantee you that I'm working on it. I accidentally opened the Origin, which being the quality program that it is, completely demolished everything.
Everything. Good to know. So Pipes has 2 lands and only a Nimble Mongoose.
Pipes has 2 hands and he's not afraid to use them.
To Collective Brutality at Dorothy Horror, which is a 2/1 with Shadow for 2.
I believe it's pronounced Monguise. No, okay. It's Monguise. So the screen is still fully black, but on the plus side we have hand cam set up now, so that's good, I guess.
Good.
What is going on?
That's very good. So TasteTheBeams is ahead on board and slightly ahead in resources, but it's very tight, and as we can't see really, I can't see what's in their hands. It's very back and forth. Like anybody.
Well, now there's something on the screen.
This is in particular what TasteTheBeams want. Our Falcon Wrath is a 2-for-1 to get a decent creature.
Change of plans.
Lightkeeper.
I'm surprised they
Far
played out
off being activated. What?
Excuse me?
I'm surprised they played out the land, given they could discard it to the if they draw something relevant here, they're gonna miss out on.
Yeah, that's they didn't need to play the land. What are they discarding? Vault Skirt.
Yeah, see, that could have been a relevant card if they just hadn't played out the land that last turn.
Yeah.
But this is still a good. Don't get me wrong. A lot of damage.
It's a fine attack, but it's a bit of a minor miss.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, since Pipes really can't block, with any of these creatures, might as well attack. A quick Abrupt Decay makes a 2-for-1 out of the Arrow of Falkenrath, now with the Skeleton Voltska, and a trigger from Grimflare Flails. Now Delirium is online. And
okay. It's not ideal, but I found a workaround. We can see the screen now.
So,
Suddenly, Pipes and
TasteTheBeams. Yeah, TasteTheBeams is quite behind on board now that both the Mongoose and
Oh,
the
but now
Grimflare
they
has
are
grown.
swapped. That's hilarious. Sorry. I need to swap the plates.
I don't know what TasteTheBeams could have top decked here to win. Isn't this? And it seems as though it's gonna be quite hard for TasteTheBeams to get out, and there is
Pipes got it. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties that we had here at the end.
SecretPipesman wins in 3, I think.
Yes, I believe that was Pipes winning in 3. Alrighty, that's gonna pretty much wrap things up for today. Let's go to the end. Okay.
Oh, that was a nice last.
It was super close.
Yeah, that was really close. It was.
Unfortunate technical mishap, but regardless,
all of our seasons have gone like this, where week 1 there's always something that goes horribly wrong, and then like the following, as they go back into the swing of things, it's like, and apparently the week 1 curse keeps going, but we'll figure it out. It's also tougher when, to be honest, it's also tougher when we don't have another commentator, because I just have more stuff to do. I can't focus as much. Okay, late on me. So we have Blahguy wins what, 2-0 against Nick, I think.
I will find it.
They were the
2-0 over Nick.
And then Pipes won 1-1.
Yeah. We also have Reiyu winning 2-1 versus Aiamethist.
Okay, Reiyu 2-1. There you go.
Loading winning 2-1 versus Boot.
Alright, and then we have Arakasi. Sorry?
Oh, okay. Blahguy wins 2-0 versus Urdothor.
Yeah, I had that one already.
Okay. Which one did you need?
I mean, Arakasi versus Bailite and Para versus Carson.
Bailite versus Arakasi, that's a 2-0 for Bailite.
Alright.
And the last one I can't find.
Pear and Carson are still going on.
Oh. Well, I wish I could watch it, but we're I can't record the screen right now, so well, it's one of the lower brackets anyway. MTGO has just stopped capturing for whatever reason.
Oh Jesus.
So that's just not I can't show any more matches.
I can talk you through it.
No, I think we can just call it a day. We can just let that one finish on its own. They're in the bottom bracket anyway. I think it's fine. Sure. I want to give congratulations to Blahguy and Pipes for winning today. For being the winners of the first week. As a reminder, we are currently having a poll to figure out what the final time is, if it's gonna stay in this slot at 6 p.m. or go to 1 p.m. There's a few considerations. 6 p.m. is slightly easier for me. It's not that big of a deal. But it's tougher on our European people. I believe it's easier for our Australian contingent. So, like, you know, there is a little bit of a balancing act to do there. I will post right now the thing in chat, so that if people want to vote what's their preference is, they can do it. And the reason that I haven't is that I'm looking for it, and I'm also talking just so that people don't you know, it's there now, whatever. So yeah, okay. You have your link if you want to go and vote. If you want to on the hour that you want the tournament to be, that's there. Normally, I forgot. I usually have the sign up for next week already ready, and I forgot this week. Oh well, I'll post it later. I'll post it later. That's fine. Then I want to thank all of our contestants for showing up today. We have 14 players, which is an incredible number. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I want to thank my co-host Luca. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
And I will. I think that about covers it. As a reminder, as a reminder, if you want to sign up for this event, !Discord in chat if you're watching on stream, or if you're just watching the VOD, it's gonna be a link in the Discord to the Discord, and that's gonna bring you to the place that you need to be in order to know everything that you need to know in order to sign up for the next events. Plus, if you just want to jam Highlander games, there's a league going on. Croc is organizing a league. There's just continually like pick-up games happening like continuously. Just show up and people can play. I think that Para and Carson just finished actually.
Yeah, Para wins 2-1 over Cast. The final scores.
All right, so I'll post final standings in chat. I'll post them later when I do the end of tournament wrap up. The last thing that I will tell people to do is to go raid somebody.
Ooh.
And I don't know who that somebody is yet. And I know who that somebody is now. It's Surge, because Surge is streaming. So
it is Skylines.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody that played for playing. Everybody that is watching me right now, go raid Surge. I will sign off now. Thanks everyone again, and I will talk to you all next week.